You know, in the world of automated trading, it feels like most tools try to be everything to everyone. But what if the system was built from the ground up to do just one thing and conquer the most challenging market of all? Today, we're going to dive into Genesis EA and its pretty unique approach to trading gold.
I mean, think about it. So many trading tools out there are just generic. They're built to be a jack of all trades, applying the same logic to Forex, stocks, you name it. And that kind of brings up a big question, right? In a world that rewards specialists, what if a system just chose a different path? What if it aimed for true mastery over just one single thing?
And that one thing, it's gold. Yep, the entire philosophy here is built on a really simple idea. To win in a market that's uniquely complex, you need a tool that is uniquely specialized for it.
All right, so let's really dig into this gold-only philosophy. We're going to see why focusing on just one market isn't a limitation at all. It's actually a massive strategic advantage.
Okay, so this really gets to the heart of why gold, or XAU-USD, is just a different beast altogether. I mean, it doesn't play by the normal rules. You've got these insane volatility swings, and it's famous for what are called stop hunts. That's where the big money intentionally pushes the price just enough to trigger everyone's stop-loss orders. It's brutal. Throw in the fact that the US session pretty much runs the show and that it can go crazy on any news headline. Well, you can see why a generic, one-size-fits-all system just gets chewed up and spit out.
And that philosophy, it really boils down to this simple, powerful quote. Instead of trying to be average at a dozen things, the entire goal here is to become an expert at one market, one mission. It's all about that focused path to mastery.
All right, so we've covered the what, specialization. But the big question is how, right? What's actually going on under the hood that makes it different? And that brings us to the core of the system, what's called the hybrid intelligence brain.
So the system has these two parts that work together. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a two-person team, a master strategist and an elite scout. The strategy engine, that's your strategist. It's looking at the big picture, the market structure, the trend, the overall momentum. Then you have the AI engine. That's the elite scout on the ground. It takes the strategist's plan and then filters out all the noise, confirming if the conditions are really perfect before recommending any action.
So when you break it down, the process is actually super logical and simple. First, the strategy engine spots a potential opportunity based on its core logic. But, and this is the key, nothing happens yet. The AI engine has to step in and act as a final quality check. It has to confirm that yes, this is a high probability setup. And only when both engines are in total agreement, that's when a trade is executed.
And this is a really, really important point to get. We're not talking about some kind of magic black box AI that's just guessing. The AI here doesn't replace the fundamental trading logic. It serves it. Think of it as an incredibly intelligent filter that's there to refine and massively improve the decision-making, making sure only the absolute best setups even get considered. Okay, so we know how it thinks, but how does that actually translate into real, tangible features? Well, this is where we shift from the how to the what, and specifically, how it's all designed to protect your capital by always choosing precision over just taking a bunch of trades.
First up, you've got market regime detection, and honestly, this is huge. The system is actually smart enough to understand the type of market it's in. Is it trending nicely? Is it a messy, choppy disaster? Or is it a high-risk minefield around a news event? It's designed to only even look for trades when it can identify a genuine statistical edge.
Which all comes down to this one simple rule. This is the discipline that's baked right into its core. If the system can't find a clear advantage, it does the smartest thing possible. It does nothing. It just stays on the sidelines. And that principle alone is designed to stop you from overtrading and bleeding capital in bad market conditions. And hey, when it actually does decide to take a trade, its number one job is survival. The risk management isn't just some fixed number, it's adaptive. That means the stop loss actually changes based on how volatile the market is right now. It also uses smart logic to take some profits off the table, and crucially, it's programmed to stay completely out of the market during those big, high-impact news events. It's really a multi-layered defense system for your capital.
So you might be wondering, okay, this sounds different, but how different is it really from what's already out there? Well, this next part is going to draw a really clear line in the sand between the old way of thinking and this new approach.
Just look at this breakdown. It makes the difference crystal clear. Traditional bots, they usually run on fixed, rigid rules. Genesis uses that hybrid AI. Old school bots often trade like crazy, high-frequency stuff. Genesis is super selective. But look at the bottom row. That's the real kicker, risk. So many systems use these incredibly dangerous strategies like greater martingale. That's where you double down on a losing trade just praying it turns around. It's a recipe for disaster. Genesis, on the other hand, uses strict adaptive risk control. It's built to last where others are frankly designed to blow.
And all of this, its discipline, its selective nature, it brings us to a really important final question. A system like this obviously isn't for everyone. So, who is it for?
So who is Genesis actually for? Well, it's really built for a certain kind of trader. It's for the person who sees trading as a business, not a trip to the casino. It's for someone who doesn't need constant action and prefers to wait for a single high-probability move. Ultimately, it's for the trader who trusts data over gut feelings and who values discipline and long-term consistency more than anything else.
And really, that's the whole story. It's an approach built on deep specialization, intelligent filtering, and just unwavering discipline. It's a system that wasn't designed for nonstop action, but for the calculated mastery of one of the toughest markets on the planet. And that is the whole philosophy behind Genesis.